It's time for a brand new segment here on Morning Wave in Busan. Guess who we have in the studio? Well, I'm going to let him do his own self-introduction. So, hello, welcome to the program.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ryu. Okay, my name is Sang-Yu Ryu. Actually, you can call me Sang or Dr. Ryu. I'm a doctor. I'm a neurologist. I've been practicing for the past maybe 25 years.
Yes.
In Busan.
Welcome. We're so
Yes.
happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you nervous? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It reminds me of the first time I was on an operating theater doing kind of a stitching up on my patient.
Uh-huh.
I was really shaky. So
It's kind of like that. You have butterflies a little bit?
just a little.
Just a little?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm so glad to have you on our show for this season. So, the title of our segment today, it is Ask Dr. Ryu. That's the title, right?
Yeah, that's right. You need to be careful when it comes to pronouncing this ask doctor. Don't say too much.
Ask Dr. Ryu.
Yes.
Got it.
Ask. Okay.
우리 피디님이 우리 개그 안 하기로 했는데.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm just kidding. No. I'm trying to
Okay.
make you feel at home.
Thank
and
you.
already we have messages. Benny says, yay! Welcome to Morning Wave, Dr. Ryu. So people, Leslie as well, excited to have you. People are already welcoming you.
Thank you. Mucho gusto.
Oh. How do you say me too? And oh my God, I forgot, but the Spanish went out of my head. In my head. Gracias, de nada is the extent.
Yes, right.
All right. So for today, what are we going to be focusing on for our first segment together?
Okay, today I'm going to talk about microplastics and its health effects on our
Yes.
body. 미세플라스틱. Actually, you know what's the microplastic is?
Yes.
Okay, it's smaller than a grain of rice. Grain of rice,
Yes.
less than 5 millimeters. They come from everywhere items like breaking down like plastic bags and bottled water and food packaging.
Yes.
And even synthetic clothes like polyester. So it was first identified about 20 years ago. And these particles are now everywhere in our air, water, food, and even in our bodies.
That's true. I mean, we see a lot of stories regarding microplastics, but, you know, we also want to know, like you said, the impact on our health, but especially our brain health.
That's right, because I'm a
Yes.
neurologist. So
Exactly.
That's why brain. Brain
Yes.
is really important. Last year in 2024, a study found a huge amount of microplastics in our brain. Our brain is thought to be protected by blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
You have ever heard of it before?
I'll pretend no.
Okay.
Yes. Give us the lowdown. 쉽게 얘기해 주세요. Because, you know, we're not doctors. We
Okay.
want it easy.
Okay, brain is so special.
Yes.
That's why it's protected by some kind of filter system. So this called blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
But these microplastics can sneak through this blood-brain barrier.
So they can penetrate that barrier?
That's right, they can penetrate.
Okay.
So the study revealed that about 50% of increase in the brain microplastics in people who died recently compared to just 8 years prior. Which is a massive jump.
Yes.
It's raising serious questions about what this means for our health.
Absolutely. 8 years is not like a big span of time.
No.
So if we're talking about that big of an increase, if you look at the brain 8 years prior to now, that is kind of scary.
That's very scary. So they sneak into our three main ways. First, we eat, we drink them in bottled water and seafood, and also food wrapped in plastic. Wait for it, even tea from plastic-lined tea bag.
Right.
And second, we breathe them. We breathe them in. These tiny particle fibers float in the air,
Sure.
especially indoors. from like a carpet and synthetic clothes. And third, though it's less common, but they can enter through our skin via cosmetic like facial scrubs with microbeads.
Yes.
Once inside, microplastics can travel through our bloodstream to organs like lungs, liver, guts, and also even reproductive system.
Ooh.
And shockingly, our brain just a minute ago I said, it's a wake-up call about how invasive these particles are.
And when you mentioned some of the stuff, Dr. Liu, bottled water, which I see all the time. People are drinking from bottled water. Seafood. We are in the city of Busan. How can we avoid the seafood, right? And food packaging, and like you just said, like the tea bags. Right. I mean, unless you're, putting your tea into kind of your personal, strainer, and you're dipping it, not using the tea bags. Those tea bags, right? The one-time use tea bags, they also have microplastics.
That's right. One study done in 2000, last year.
Yes.
They found about 14 billion microplastics in a tea bag. So that's pretty surprising.
Yes, indeed. Well, it does sound like this could be a huge burden on our bodies because we're talking about, you said, the lungs, liver, intestines, reproductive organs, and also our brain. What are the health effects linked to this kind of exposure to microplastics?
Because I'm a neurologist,
yes.
So that's why my first priority is brain.
Yes.
And animal studies done in last year, these plastic particles might mess with how we think, how we remember things,
sure.
and how we regulate our emotions. They can trigger something called microneural inflammation. It's a kind of fancy way of saying brain inflammation. That's a pretty big deal because it's linked to very serious conditions like Alzheimer's disease, some other neurodegenerative disorders.
Yes.
And second, it hits our heart. Some researchers saying that microplastics floating in our bloodstream can contribute to clogged arteries and inflammation in our blood vessels. It raises the risk of heart problems as well. And the third one is gut. It takes a hit too. Microplastics can throw off the balance of our gut microbiome. That's the community of bacteria that helps with digestion and immunity and even our mood. And you know what? There's a fascinating connection between gut and brain, which is called gut-brain axis.
Gut-brain axis?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You know what gut-brain axis is?
What is this?
When our gut suffers and our brain can start to suffer. Also.
So when we say gut, some of our listeners might be wondering, 겉이 뭐예요?
Okay.
Like
창자.
창자. Okay. Like your intestines. Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
If let's say that if you have a chronic constipation, there might be a prodromal, or there might be a herald, a sign of neurodegenerative disorders. So maybe the early sign of Alzheimer's or early signs of Parkinson's disease.
Because normally when we think about like constipation, 변비, like we don't think like, oh, it's somehow connected to our brain or any type of degenerative disease. We think like, oh, do I need more fiber? Am I drinking enough water? Like those kind of things, like, non-doctors we think about, right?
That's right. And speaking of Parkinson's disease, scientists perform a biopsy in patients who suffer from chronic constipation.
Yes.
Doctors sampled some biopsy in the guts, intestines cells, and they say they showed some kind of pathological symptoms, pathological significant mark when it comes to Parkinson's disease, which means Parkinson's disease can start from our gut health.
Wow.
That's fascinating.
It is. Because us lay people with very shallow knowledge of anything related to Parkinson's, I would have never thought that it's connected to gut health.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not only Parkinson's, but other neuroinflammatory diseases.
Yes.
And the fourth one is fertility.
Fertility. And this is important because, in Korea, we're always talking about fertility and the birth rate. Like, we got to up it, right?
That's right. Early studies hinted that microplastics might mess with our reproductive systems. And even it can affect the quality of eggs and sperm, which can make it harder to start a family.
Right, because you need to have like a healthy egg and sperm
That's
to, have a child.
Yeah, several years back, I read an article that was done on the motility and the number of sperms count. And those sperms and the motility of sperms that was sampled from
Yes.
80s and 70s are stronger than those taken from 20s and 30s.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's not good. 20, 30세보다 better quality sperm?
Yeah,
in
better
older
quality,
people?
not only the quality, but also quantity.
Quantity and quality.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good for fertility health for the country. And of course, individuals as well.
That's right.
Yes.
And the last one is cancer. Is data still early, but these concerning phenomenon
Yes.
is when you are exposed to this kind of chemicals in plastics, like bisphenol A, it increases the risk of certain cancers.
Yes,
The
yes.
bottom line is the tiny particles are acting like an uninvited guest in our blood, in our body. It's linked to very serious health issues. So we're now scientists are not only scratching the surface, but
Yes.
we are sure that it plays a really huge role in our body.
Indeed. Now that we have a better idea, and you've scared us a little bit about microplastics, what can we do to reduce our exposure? Because, we kind of, if there is, we would love a solution.
Yeah, we would love solution, but there is no cure at all
Okay.
kind of a situation. Even though we cannot avoid them completely, but the
Yes.
small changes can make a huge difference.
Such as?
Such as drink water smartly. Skip bottled water.
Okay.
And then rather use tap water. Study done in 2019, they show that tap water has up to, wait for it, 90% of fewer microplastics.
Tap water, 수돗물?
Yeah. And also, if you are to drink bottled water, why don't you filter it through a coffee filter?
Really?
Yeah, that removes about almost 90% of microplastics.
That's so like going against just convention. Like we think 병물이 굉장히 깨끗하고.
No, actually.
Today, Tumblr, I've been trying to use less plastic because of issues like this and of course because of the environment. But now even more of a reason to stay away, if you can, as much as possible from bottled water. And I know lots of people that actually have the big bottles delivered to their home because 너무 무겁잖아요.
Yeah.
So they have them delivered, but maybe not. Don't do that. Microplastics, right?
That's
Yes.
right. And the second thing is rethink tea.
Okay.
Plastic tea bags can release actually 14 billion of microplastic particles. Study shows that.
Yes.
So switch to loose leaf tea with a metal strainer.
Yes, like I said earlier, strainer, very important.
Yeah.
So we talked about drinking tap water instead of bottled water, and then filtering your water if you are drinking bottled water. And then now third, you said avoid the plastic tea bags, right?
Yes,
So what's
exactly.
our next kind of thing that we can do, all of us?
Okay, clean your air. Synthetic fabrics is everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes.
And like a polyester and microfibers indoors.
Yes.
Carpets and things like that. So open windows and vacuum it with a HEPA filter and dust regularly reduce
Important.
yes, airborne particles.
Yes, yes. So that we can do. I know many homes and even offices now that they have the air purifiers with a HEPA filter, right? Okay, what else?
Okay, ditch plastic in the kitchen. Avoid heating food in a plastic container and using plastic utensils. Rather, use glasses and stainless steel and or also bamboo instead. And also, cutting board is made of a plastic, so use cutting board made of wood.
Wood, right,
Yes.
right. That transition I have made because ever since I started hearing about microplastics, so I have switched from the plastic, very easy to clean, to wooden cutting boards. So 도마도 네, 나무가 낫다 하네요.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did too. And also choose plastic-free cosmetics. Always check for microbead-free labels on lotions and scrubs. And
Yes.
go for natural products.
And I hear you have one more tip for us.
Okay, synthetic clothes release microfibers in the wash.
Yes.
So when you wash them, catch laundry, use a filter kind of filter laundry bag, which traps a lot of microfibers.
Oh, they have filtered laundry bags. Okay, that's interesting. That I didn't know about. So something I can look into.
Yeah, these days, really recent cutting edge kind of laundry machines are equipped with this kind of filters.
Wow. So that really does touch upon every aspect of our lives. We have so many people chiming in saying, Leslie saying, I have to give up my Estang cup. And then Tommy saying, oh, I just finished drinking a plastic bottle of tea. Oh, no. Tommy, no. Of course, we try to make the best choices that we can in a given situation. So final takeaway for our listeners, what would you say in a nutshell?
Okay, on the innovation front, microplastics and sustainable packagings are gaining traction, but these break down more safely than traditional plastics. That's promising. Although we cannot avoid microplastics completely, we need to keep ourselves informed, and then small steps make a huge difference.
Yes, yes.
So stay healthy and let's go natural.
Yeah, and be vigilant about our plastic intake. Well, thank you so much for our inaugural segment, Ask Dr. Du. And of course, we welcome you back next week. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody. It's time to wrap up